Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Now, I'm sure you guys know that by this title, it may seem like I'm, mean, but I'm not trying to be mean. The point of this video that you're about to watch is I'm going to be looking at technically the worst player in the world by essentially just going to the leaderboards and going to the stat tracker, which will allow me to see who has the most amount of losses in the games. Now, believe it or not, I actually was about to do the number one person. I had everything ready. I sent the thumbnail over to my guy, do it. I told him what to do. And then I checked the guy's clips. He had a bunch of clips I was going to react to and break down. I go to do it right now. They're all gone. And I was like, okay. So I just went down one, I went to T Master. He has 1,000 matches played. Yet, he has lost 584 of those matches. But I want to help someone who genuinely plays the game. Like, I don't want to go do this to somebody who doesn't really play much and give them all these tips in terms of, like, actually offer them to actually coach them, which is what I want to do with this person. We're going to break down and react to the worst players' clips. Now, it's probably not the actual worst player in terms of skill-wise, but in terms of stats-wise, yeah, this is it. Also, if you do enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like, be sure to comment, and be sure to subscribe. We're on the grind to 50K. Also, go check out my second channel. I'll have a link down below. I'm posting Call of Duty content on there. Go show some love. But now let's get into it. Alright, now I'm going to be super critical, and I don't want anyone to take offense to anything. But when I break this down, I'm going to break this down as if I was trying to train a champion player. And I'm going to break down everything wrong with what's going on. And hopefully it will help you, but I'm also going to point out everything right. So I don't want you guys to think I'm trying to nitpick and, be like, what are you doing to this kid? No, I'm trying to help him. And I'm actually going to message him after and see if he wants to do a training session to really help him. So let's get into this. Let's let me lower the volume because it's probably loud as shit. But let's see. Okay, we're running Capcan. The basement downstairs, this is like probably like silver or bronze. No rotate yet, but they have a smoke with solid cap cans. Not too bad of cap cans. I would probably put the other cap can. I'll show you. Also, real quick, I'd probably put the cap can on the other side of the door because if they're coming from Blue Hall over here, right? If they're coming from this side, they're gonna check if someone's behind this box all the way to my right over here. So if they're gonna be checking and looking over here, they're gonna see this here. But if you can place it on the left side, like further back, like let me go back a little bit. Like on this side of the door, they're not checking this corner, so it's much less likely that they're going to shoot that cap can. Just a little tip with cap can, when you're looking to place them on doors, try and place them on doors where people are in the direction that they're not going to be looking. But either way, it's not a bad cap can. It's a very common entry spot for them to come through. Oh, they got black ISO too. He also does have two impacts. I mean, they have a smoke, so smoke should be making the rotates. I don't know what smoke is using, but if you do have these two impacts, try and use them on the blue, like inside here, and not rotate in there to go into church, as well as the connector from the hallway to go into the B-bomb site. Those are the two rotates you're going to want to bring whenever you can. And barricading it is interesting. I personally would not barricade it because you're trapping your smoke in there. And you want to usually play inside blue. If you play inside blue at a lower rank, you're going to catch a lot of people off guard, and it's going to be harder for them to clear, which is going to make them waste time. You want to play in blue to waste time, and you want to have a rotation there, so that way you never can be trapped, and you can always escape if you do have to escape. So in this situation, I definitely recommend using one of your impact grenades, opening up the blue wall, the blue hole, and playing in there and not barricading it off, especially if your teammate is in there. You want to make sure he can get out without having to shoot open a door. But either way, we continue. Oh my god, they did not get the hatch. That's another thing. They have all reinforcements though. All 10 reinforcements are down. But the main hatch isn't got. That's interesting. That's interesting. Oh. Okay. I see. Oh my god, maniac. This man is a maniac. This man is a maniac. Hold on. Real quick. This right here, this wall to the right. Bro, I'm breaking down all this. Okay, I'm just trying to help him as well. But these walls don't need to be reinforced. I'm not saying you did this because you didn't do this, I don't think. But these walls don't need to be reinforced, and you want to have a rotate right here. Solid spots, though. Solid positioning as of right now. Coming a little further back. They just breach charge that. That's where you want the rotate to normally be. Alright, real quick, I'm going to pause this. Something I'm noticing immediately from I noticed when you were trying to shoot the drone earlier is this guy's sensitivity is way too high. I'm going to kind of like say this video as if I'm talking to him. Like, your sensitivity is way too high in this video, in this game. And I'd recommend lowering it. If you lower it, I promise you, you're going to see such a significant difference. I think it's your horizontal as well as your ADS. Because even when you're looking around, like even right there, like I feel like it's a little hard for you to control it. And either continue to practice on it, or I would think the easier way would be to lower it. But let's see. The crosshair placement could definitely use some work as well. You could practice that a lot in T-hunts or TDMs. But I think if you lower the ADS, your crosshair placement will be a lot easier to control, and it'll be a lot better. This positioning is not bad, though. I think, though, that in this situation, when the bomb is planted, look at where you are right now, right? Your teammate is in a much better spot than you, because right over here, he can only be seen if they come inside. So in any situation, this goes to any rank right here, okay? You're gonna, when you're looking at your positioning, look at the reasoning why this is a very bad spot to be in, especially when you stand up, is because when you're standing up, you're being exposed to this door and this door, and you physically cannot take 2 gunfights at once. So if there's 3 people alive and you don't know where the other ones are, they can come from your right and they can come from your left. Whereas your teammate to the left of you is currently blocked off from those sides, so it is a little bit of a better position. In this situation, I would think that earlier on you might need to get more aggressive, or you might need to just hit this shot really and then progress. But not terrible though. Not terrible though. Solid plays overall. From this clip, from what I'm seeing, I think you just need to lower your ADS and horizontal, and lower that by like 10 to 15. I think it's a little bit too high for you right now, and I think it would work out better. Okay, we got a Thunderbird Emerald Plains clip. By the way, use code Penguin on all of your G Fuel. Okay, hold on. One v 4. Solid positioning for the angle. I mean, your back was exposed a little bit to the open door, but you're chilling. You do what you have to do. This is solid positioning right now. You just have to worry about the guy in the room to your right, but like behind you now. But this is solid. You're blocking off. You're taking one-on-ones as much as you can. You're playing aggressive, which is very good. You're not afraid to push. This is why you're winning this round a lot easier compared to the round that I just watched. I think the other guy was in the room to his right, if I'm correct. But he might have rotated back around. It's not bad positioning, though. You have the diffuser down. You're not running around. You now know you can be content, so this is solid. And you're blocking yourself off from the other door. So this is very good positioning right here. This is what you want. You're only exposed to one angle, which is the best thing that you can do. I believe he's to his left, right? Yeah, he is. Here's the ping. Not getting too aggressive. Not bad. That was aggressive there, swinging that. And if you lower your sense, you'll be able to mitigate the amount of times that you are right here. Like, look at this, right? When you swing out, I think it's the first time you swing out, something I noticed immediately, that if you were playing on a lower sense, this wouldn't happen. And you'll get killed a lot for this. I promise you will, if you do not fix this issue. But you're going to notice you swing out like this. And when you swing out, your crosshair placement is like not on the guy, but your body's completely exposed and you have to readjust. If you lower your ADS, you'll be able to, like, when you're aimed out sights, be able to control that more, so that way your body movement and your scope is moving at the same time, and not like only your body and your scope's all over here. So, like I said, much better clip this time. The reasoning why he won this way more was because of how he got aggressive and because of his positioning. If you watched the clip earlier with the cap can, he trapped himself and he was exposed to 2 different angles. In this one, he's taking one-on-one gunfights and situating himself to where he's not being exposed. Like, for example, where he sat down over here, he was only exposed to one angle, and he was pretty much blocked to his left, and he could just change whenever he heard. So that was a solid clip, solid round. Okay, automatically getting the first kill. What is going on here? Okay. I don't even know where to start. Real quick. I mean, you're playing Valkyrie with impact grenades. And you have 1 impact left. And I don't think Doc has impacts or mute. And I see an impact hole here. For future reference, a better impact hole would be to be on this wall right to your, like, right to the right of the one that you made. So like right here where my mouse is, that's where you want to put the impact hole. And you want to reinforce this wall right here. In higher elo, yeah, this wall does get opened. But there's strats that go along with this when you open up this wall. And I feel like in the lower ranks, you're not going to get teammates that are going to be able to run the strats. So the default one would be to open up either this side or the right side. It's really up to you. Most likely the far right side where this guy was standing would actually be better, because if you open the far right side and they come down the stairs, they can't see into the whole I'm having a stroke. What was this room called? Wine cellar. Versus if you open up the wall that I originally set to open up, they can still see into it when they come downstairs, but that's still better than this one. But the far right one is always the best. Far right, always the best. But either left or right, whichever one. But let's go back to the clip. Either way, solid kill. 1v1 now. Okay, there is... That mute jammer is questionable, to say the least. Solid positioning. You're good. Good relocating. Something very good that you want to do more often when you get a kill, right? Do you notice how he gets this kill, and immediately he rotates? This is very good, because if you stay stationary, if they're in a party, they're gonna get a call out, and they're gonna be able to like run to you a lot easier. Like what I think what happened here was this man that died gave a call out that he was behind his pillar, which is why you're gonna notice the who is a Callie just sprint in, because in her mind she thinks that he's still over there, but he immediately rotated, which allowed him to have the upper hand and catch the person off guard. So it's a very good play by you. I think the things that you need to work on the most is going to be your sensitivity control, like lowering it, as well as your crosshair placement, and still some positioning. But these last two clips are much better than the first one, without a doubt. And I think if you learn how to do site setups, which you can easily learn if you go watch it. Garfield's Doc had a good video on it where he showed every single site setup. It's a 2-hour-long video. That will help you so much, I promise you. Go watch that. Go check that out. If anyone, go check that out. If you struggle with any site setup, go check out Garfield's video. Just type in like Garfield's Doc, every site setup, or Rainbow Six Siege, you'll find it. But solid. We're gonna 4K. Oh, we didn't get to see the 4K. We didn't get to see 3. Well, like 2. But we're gonna 4K. Okay. Okay, I see you. This was the last clip that he really had on his page, because he didn't have a lot, but I still wanted to like break down his gameplay. Okay. Questionable. Isn't okay? Hold on. 1. I don't think a mirror should really go here. This is a very bad spot for a mirror, because if they open it like they did and they get control of this, they can completely flush everybody out of this bomb site. Like, if they have control of this, they can get the wall open. On top of that, they can flush everyone out of this bomb site. And I have no idea what this shield is doing here. But each their own. He's 6-3 right now, bro. He's eating up on here. They got the... That's a much better mirror. That's a much better mirror. I still wouldn't put a mirror there. Like, no, actually, no, that's a good mirror. That's a good mirror. I don't think there's much of a downside unless they get the hatch. If they get the hatch, then they can literally shoot the mirror open and play through the wall. That's the only downside you're going to have to worry about. But this is something that I want to talk about too, right? So you see this? You see how you're getting, like, grenaded right here? Yet, I'm not saying you reinforce this either. But for future reference, if you ever see someone do this, break it right away. This wall right here to your right is clearly, you know, wide open right here. This is wide open. Now, if this... 1, you have balls for running out and not looking. Like, if you're going to run out into this, I think your best bet would be to be looking here and aiming here while you're rotating, while you're strafing. So that way, if someone does swing, you at least have a fighting chance. Versus if somebody was here and you were sprinting like this, they would kill you immediately. But if you're running and you're aiming, then I think the best spot would be to aim right to the right of this little open wall. Then maybe on top of here on the stairs after a head glitch. And then maybe like over here to the left of the wall. But the main thing I was going to point out was do not ever barricade this, because it limits your rotation. Like you see right here, you have to hit this now. And you now have to break it to be able to leave. Versus if this was already open, you could just run. You could just run right through. And you'll be there so quick. But that was as much as I could break down from him, only because of the fact that he didn't have too many clips on his page. But if you guys want to see me do a one-on-one personal coaching session with him, let me know down below. I'll DM him. I'll ask him. Like I said, I did not mean to spread hate with this in any way or like shit on him. I just wanted to find a player that was really dedicated to this game and actually try and help them improve. This man has played 1,000+ matches this season. I have not played 1,000 matches, probably in the last 5 seasons combined. So this man's out here grinding, and I want to help him. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I will see y'all. Have an amazing day. Much love. You all look beautiful. Go sub to my second channel. I'll see y'all. Mwah.